Hi everyone, it is February 7th. By the time you're seeing this, it's like late March, early April. But I decided that it would be kind of cute to, like, I've already decided that I want to be doing like book hauls like a few times a year. I did one at the beginning of the year. I was thinking about doing one like the time I'm posting this, like late March, early April, like end of first quarter book haul, second quarter book haul, third and fourth quarter book haul, things like that. But instead of just like sitting here and showing you books that I bought over the past 3 months, I thought it'd be fun to like also like haul them as if I'm ordering them as I get them. So there might be some portion of this at the end where I'm just like talking about books that I went and bought physically. But right now I have books that I have just received in the mail. And instead of opening all of these in the vlog that I'm doing right now, I thought that I would just open them and make it a completely new video, like a book haul. You guys know book hauls? You know about book hauls. So, okay, so in this one I got from Amazon, Super Doom by Melissa Broder. Yeah, I don't read a lot of poetry, but I really like Melissa Broder, so that's that. And then I have my book of the month and my aardvark. Let's do aardvark first, because I only have a couple in those, but my book of the month box is full. Not full, I got 4, but I could have got 5, but I didn't. So let's see. Okay, so from aardvark I got Junie by Aaron Crosby Eckstein, and I always really love the colors they choose. This is about, I truly do not remember, a young girl must face a life-altering decision after awakening her sister's ghost, navigating truths about love, friendship, and power as the Civil War looms. Okay, yes, I do remember. I think our main character, she's enslaved. Her sister was also enslaved and died, and her ghost is still on the plantation, I think, is what is going on. So, yeah, that sounded good. And then the other one, Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. This one sounds so fun. Okay, this is like fine. I'm really upset because the version that went to print like in stores has sprayed edges and like a really cool like nakedness without the dust jacket on it, and then this is just like the aardvark version, so it looks like all the others. And I told myself several months ago, like when books come out in Book of the Month or on aardvark, if they're already out by the time you order, you should go to Barnes & Noble and see what they look like, because maybe you want those versions more. And I didn't do that, and I wish I had. But this is fine. It's fine. This is about, this is supposed to be like a super meta thing where like the author is writing a book that like comes to life, and like this is the book, I think, is what's happening. In this exhilarating tale by New York Times bestselling and award-winning author Nnedi Okorafor, a disabled Nigerian-American woman pens a wildly successful sci-fi novel, but as her fame rises, she loses control of the narrative. A surprisingly cutting yet heartfelt drama about art and love, identity and connection, and ultimately what makes us human. This is a story unlike anything you've read before. Yeah, so it's all supposed to be very meta and like book within a book type beat. So that sounds fun. Okay, and then let's open my book of the month. Okay, so the first one I have here is A Season of Light by Julie Iram. Oh, this is so bad for me. Julie Iramun. Oh, I'm so sorry to this woman. I'm very, very sorry, Julie. I don't know how to say that last name. Sound it out. Iramuanya. I don't remember what this is about. I like these colors. I don't find Book of the Month's quality to be as good as aardvark. Shh, don't tell them I said that. I like these colors though. Yeah, I don't remember what this is about. A deeply moving story of one immigrant family living in the complex landscape of contemporary America. Julie Iramunia's A Season of Light is an all-consuming masterpiece. I believe that. I believe that is going to be true. This is a short little thing. I didn't realize how skinny it was going to be. Yeah, by the time I actually read this, I will, in some way, have learned to pronounce that name. Usually what I like to do is to, like, even if I'm not going to listen to the audiobook, I'll get the audiobook somehow, and then listen, like, at the beginning it says, like, this is a production of book title by author's name. And then I'll know how to pronounce it. But currently, I do not, unfortunately. Okay, and then next is Blackwood's Blue Sky by, I don't know how to say this either, Ewan Ivy. Maybe it's pronounced Ewan. And then what's it giving over here? Yeah, cute colors. It just doesn't feel as good. Like, it just doesn't feel as good. I'm really excited to get into this one, also smaller than I thought it would be. But I'm really excited for this one because it's listed as magical realism, but the synopsis is like about this mother, single mother. She has a child and she meets a guy and they go camping together, and then they're in the woods, and everything it says from there gives like thriller survival story. It does not, there's like literally nothing in the synopsis. I don't know, maybe this synopsis is different, but the one from Book of the Month, nothing in the synopsis points towards magical realism, like, at all. So I don't know how this, like, even the cover, like, this gives magical realism, like, sure, but the synopsis gives thriller. So I'm like, what the fuck is gonna happen? I'm very excited to find out. Then we have Good Dirt by Charmaine Wilkerson. Again, I do not remember. Very cute colors. Love those. Wilkerson traces the reverberations of a crime, the fracturing of a family, and the myriad choices we face when we try to ease the wounds of the past and grapple with the fragments of a fraught inheritance. With its weaving of voices and deft movement through time and place, Good Dirt showcases Wilkerson's signature style and mastery of her craft, confirming her place as one of the most exciting novelists writing today. Cool. Ah! Oh my god. I forgot I got this. I'm about to cry right now. I forgot. Resident Jillian McAllister stan clocking in. Oh my god, I just started tearing up. I am so excited for her new novel. This is about a woman, her husband, she gets a call that, like, there's a robbery going on at a bank, and she's like, oh my god, is my husband okay? And they're like, yeah, he's not a hostage. He is the perpetrator. And then she has to, like, figure out why. I love Wrong Place, Wrong Time. I love Just Another Missing Person. This is gonna be my third one from her. I for sure will have read this by the time this video comes out because oh my god, I forgot I got this! I'm so excited. Okay, and since I'm talking about Book of the Month, I'll also talk about The Bones Beneath My Skin by TJ Klune right now. Because it was a Book of the Month choice. I did not get it for Book of the Month though, because it would have matched Book of the Month's vibe, like with the sticker in the corner and like the sizing of it. But I have all of TJ Klune's other books, and I was just more interested in matching this vibe than I was, like, it would have been like pretty significantly cheaper on Book of the Month, but I was willing to pay the extra, like, $15 to $20 to match what's happening here. So I did that. Anyway, okay, that's this batch of books. I don't know when I'll be checking in with you with another haul, but you're about to see it right now. I have more books to haul. So I got a couple from Barnes & Noble the other day, and then I ordered a couple on Amazon, unfortunately. Those ones you've already seen my full review for because my February wrap up has already been posted. If you did not see it, it's linked down below. But the two that I got from Barnes & Noble, the first is Adrift in Currents Clean and Clear by Shauna Maguire. This is the 11th, 10th, I think, in the Wayward Children series. That series is about kids who find magical doors and go on adventures, and then some of those kids end up having to come back to the real world, and they're very distraught over it, and so they go to Eleanor West's home for wayward children to cope with that. This is following Nadia. I do not know anything about this particular story, but since this is an even-numbered book, because it, like, every other book follows the kids at Eleanor West's home, and then every other book is like a standalone story following one of the kids finding their door and going on their adventure. So this is about Nadia. I don't know what her adventure is, but those are always my favorite. The ones that are like their own standalone stories. I always prefer those than when we return to Eleanor West's home. So I'm excited for this one, and I really like the cover. It gives like freshwater vibes, like maybe there's water spirits involved, maybe there's kelpies, maybe, I don't know, but this one I'm excited for. And then I also got One Day Everyone Will Have Always Been Against This by Omar El-Akkad. This book is about basically like what the title suggests it is about. I haven't read the synopsis since I first heard about this book, which is a while ago at this point. And it just recently came out, so I went and picked it up. But I think the like framing that or like the context with which these points are made is in the current situation in Gaza, the genocide that's happening there. But like, so it's using that as a jumping off point, but then the broader conversation of like, I don't know, I'm sure everyone can relate to like when they were sitting in history class in high school and like hearing about atrocities that have happened throughout history and like thinking like, oh, I would have been so against that. I never would have XYZ. And then when those atrocities are happening today, it's like, can you really say that you are actually against it? So I think the title's really clever, and I am very, very interested to get into this one and see the points this author has to make. Okay, now let's do some unboxing without doxing myself, if I can manage that. Ugh, oh my god, it's the strongest box ever. Okay, so... Oh, no. Excitement ruined. It kind of got fucked up in transit. Not, like, super fucked up, but, like, I don't know. It's, like, not even a big deal. I don't even think you can see it. Anyway, this is Anything But Fine by Tobias Madden. This is a young adult contemporary romance about a ballet dancer who hurts his ankle in a way that leaves him unable to dance anymore, and he's like has to go to a new school because he was at like an art school. He loses his scholarship. He has to go to just like a regular public school, and it's all very upsetting, and he has to like find himself, and it was really fantastic. If you watched again, I'm linking my February wrap up down below, but this was a 5-star. I loved it. I listened to it on audiobook, and I was like, I have to get it because I was bookmarking things on the audiobook as I was listening, and I need to underline them. Yay, I'm so excited. Okay, and then the other one is in here because I also ordered new filters for my air purifier. So they shipped together. Okay, the other one is My Fair Brady by Brian Kennedy. I have to look to see what's under this dust jacket. Okay. It's cute, it's cute. This is another YA contemporary romance. February was very much my YA contemporary romance era. But yeah, this is about Elijah, who is like super awkward, like not cool or popular gay in a school where there are cool and popular gays, one of them being Wade. And in an attempt to make friends, not even on any romance shit, he's just trying to make friends. So he joins the theater, he joins a play as stage crew and events, and it's all very cute. So I had to get this because I was underlining things here too. I think I landed on, I'm like about to film my wrap up, so I like haven't had to like think about it. I think I landed on like a 4.25. What did I put in Goodreads? I put it in Goodreads. I think I landed on a 4.25, maybe a 4.5. Doesn't matter. I loved it. This was great. So here are my recent hauls, and my book of the month and Aardvark boxes for March are being delivered in a few days. So I'll see you then. Hello. I am deep within the clutches of intoxication, trying not to dox myself here. I came home to a package from Aardvark, which is very exciting to me because a couple days ago I came home to a package from Book of the Month, and I was waiting to open this package until I got my Aardvark package so I could do them both, and I just got this, and I thought it would just be so fun to open them both after a day of heavy drinking. So let's get into that. Let's clock tea. Okay, so I'm opening the Book of the Month. Okay, so I'm very excited for Book of the Month because included in my Book of the Month package. Okay, so, okay. So, Book of the Month does like yearly awards. They do like their own like best book of the year type award, and the winner, okay, so if you're like a BFF in Book of the Month, which really just means like new orientation, by the way, usually the camera is facing like, I've done like a 180 in like the camera orientation because like it's like 12:30 in the morning. It's like past midnight and it's dark outside, so like there's no natural lighting, so I'm using my lighting, like my kitchen lighting, to like whatever. Okay, so Book of the Month does like their own award for like best book of the year of like all the Book of the Month books. Like people get to vote, and then if you're a BFF with Book of the Month, which I am, which the way to become a BFF is just to like order X amount of boxes, which I've like surpassed by now. If you're a BFF, you get to add a best book of the year nominee into your box, which I did, and so I ended up getting the winner for book of the year in my box, because I wasn't, either I'd already, out of the other nominees, I'd already got it, or I wasn't interested in it, so I ended up getting the winner, which was The God of the Woods, and it has this cute little, like, stamp on it that says Book of the Year, and it has these sprayed edges, which are just so cute, and then, like, let's clock what's happening underneath the dust jacket. Oh, it's very cutesy. Clock tea. Living for that. So, yeah, I got that. This was a choice in July of 2024. And I was thinking about getting it, and then I never did. And then it became Book of the Year. And I got it for free. So, when I did not order it 6 months ago, or however long ago that July is from, we're in March. 8 months ago, maybe? July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 8 months! I ate. What was I saying? I ate by not choosing this 8 months ago, so I could get it for free now. What is this about? Perhaps you're wondering. It's like a literary mystery thriller. I also got Liquid. Liquid, A Love Story. This color scheme I really fuck with. I love pink and red together. I don't know what this is about. I have no intention of reading the synopsis right now. Well, maybe this right here. A sharp and funny debut novel about a young queer Muslim woman determined to marry rich. Oh, yes, I remember. I do remember. This is about a woman, like queer woman. It says queer in here, but I think in the synopsis I read, it says she was pansexual, and she, like, chooses to date. She, like, commits herself to, like, going on, like, 100 dates within the year or something like that. Fuck. I do remember. But I like, also don't. Whatever. This sounded good. And it's cutesy. Okay, let's get into, what did I order from Aardvark? I don't remember. Oh! Period. I just got so excited. I forgot. I got The Unworthy by Augustina Bastarrica. This is the new book from the author of Tender as the Flesh. And I loved Tender as the Flesh. What's going on under this dust jacket? Exactly what I expected. It's like, oh, cute. Like, it's blue, the lettering. Yeah, I'm very excited. Because I like this author. And this is short. This is like a short, like a little, she's skinny. I didn't know she was skinny. Work. Okay. Here's the March 8th haul. Goodbye. Was that fun for everyone? I just went back and watched those clips. And I'm not so sure that was fun for me. It was incredibly humbling to, it is now early April, I think it's, what's today, April 7th. It was incredibly humbling to be watching clips from February and see this not get any more organized. So that was not fun to watch. And then that, like, drunk clip was like, that was really something. But okay, so let's, like, do a little bit of recap, and then there's a couple of books that I never talked about, so I'll talk about them right now. As far as my book subscription services go, this was my February haul, this was my March haul, and then unrelated to book subscriptions, just me purchasing things, you just saw me haul these as well. And then what I didn't put into this video, because I hauled them in my, like, starting yearly goals video or whatever that I'll post below, was my January subscription boxes, and that was The House of My Mother by Shari Frankie, Don't Cry for Me, and Isaac's Song by Daniel Black, Colored Television by Danzy Senna, and Moth Eater by Lindy H. Kodega. I hauled those in a separate video before I had the idea for this video, but I also got these this year in January. And if you want to hear me talk about them, I'll link that video. Okay, what else do we have? We have a few more. So I did go and buy Melissa Broder's backlist because I love Death Valley so much, and I think she's an author that could really work for me. So I have an essay collection, So Sad Today, I have Milk Fed, and I have The Pisces. I don't know what either of these are about. Milk Fed, something about, tells a tale of appetites, physical hunger, sexual desire, spiritual longing, and the ways that we try to compartmentalize these so often interdependent instincts. And then, like, I think there's lesbianism. And then The Pisces is a masterful blend of vivid realism and giddy fantasy, pairing hilarious frankness with pulse-racing eroticism. And I believe there's also heavy sapphicry in there too. So I have Melissa Broder's list. And then a couple more. I got from Barnes & Noble, the like cafe. They were doing like, get this book for $5 with any cafe purchase. So like, of course, I got If Cats Disappeared from the World. This is about a guy who's been giving a terminal diagnosis, and the devil shows up and tells him that in exchange for an extra day on your life, you can make one thing in the world disappear. And so he like takes that bargain. But by his side the whole time is his cat, Cabbage. And I don't know how that plays into it, but I'm sure it'll be lovely. And then I also got from one of like a podcaster that I listen to. He's like a political podcaster. His name is David Pakman. I got The Echo Machine, how right-wing extremism created a post-truth America. He's been promoting this book. I've been listening to his podcast for years. He's been promoting this book, and I love his podcast. And I think he has very, very good takes on, like exactly what this book promises, like right-wing extremism, and how, you know, nowadays in politics, like people are working with separate sets of facts, where we're in this like fake news era, and people can just like claim that they disagree with like undisagreeable things, like how we've gotten into the political state of today in the United States. Like I said, I've been listening to his podcast for years. I think he has pretty good political takes, so I am going to read his book. And that's it. So, God, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Jesus. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5 books bought this year so far. Listen, I don't like that number. It's pretty jarring seeing my financial decisions laid out so bare in front of me. Oh my God. But if you're familiar, most of these books are from a combination of Book of the Month and Aardvark. And if you're familiar with those services, like books on there are like $10. I mean, the monthly fee is more expensive, but they're like around $18 each, and then each additional book is only $10. So when retail price is $30, so I'm not spending as much as it seems like I am, because in like these subscription services, you can get them for pretty cheap. But like, that's still, what did I just say, 25 books? That's crazy. But I've read 25 books so far this year. So like, my in-out ratio of like books that are coming into my household, I was gonna say books that are leaving my household, but they're not leaving, I'm keeping them. But the books I'm putting on my TBR and the books that are leaving my TBR, like, we're even. Can I try and pick all these up for a thumbnail? I don't think it's a good idea, you guys. I just don't. Okay, but here it is. Here's the stock. I don't know. Should I like angle the camera down so you can see? That's as good as we're gonna get. That's the stock. Okay. We're gonna end the video here. Bye.